Hi, my name is Wes Allred, and I am your student's geometry teacher at Olathe East. I wanted to do a quick little video to give you some information about myself and about what the class will look like this year, especially since we used a classroom teaching model called a flipped classroom. And I'll explain a little bit about that in the video, but hopefully you've received a packet, a small packet of an assignment from your student that you're supposed to complete before coming to open house. You should have a page that looks like this. Well, also with a page looking like this, only without the highlighted parts. These are my notes. And I just wanted to take a minute or two in this video to just explain kind of who I am. I've been teaching for almost 9 years now. Half of that time has been at Olathe East. I coach wrestling. I'm involved in other sports and activities and things like that. But I definitely have a lot of interest in math and trying to help students learn math a little bit better and help them find success when normally they haven't had that, or find new successes and challenge them if they have done well at math before. And so that's kind of who I am and what I do. But the main purpose of this video is to give you some information about the flipped classroom. And so you'll follow along kind of with some of the letter I've given to you. I'm just going to highlight some parts you guys are capable of reading. The most of that, but I just want to talk about what a flipped classroom is. And you may have had a student have a flipped classroom with another teacher before, but I can assure you every teacher does this a little bit differently. The main idea of a flipped classroom is that you take what was classwork and what was homework and you flip them. All right, and so the notes and lecture part of a flipped classroom occur in form of a video such as this that the student watches at home and takes notes over it. And then the what was homework is now classwork that can be done in the classroom under my supervision, where I can go around and try and build student knowledge and learning as they kind of struggle through that assignment. But I'm there in the classroom with them while they're working on this, so that they have me as a resource there. Now, there's some things you need to know specifics about. I'm just going to mention some brief highlights. These are some frequently asked questions I've had from parents in the past. What does homework look like? Well, now remember, they're doing the homework part of it. What was homework is now in the class. So the homework now is watching a video, usually, and taking notes. A lot of this will also consist of doing vocabulary. But it's really important that they watch these short videos. I keep them about 10 to 15 minutes long. And they take notes over those videos and bring those to class so they're prepared. And then when they get to class, the classwork then should be a lot easier. Now, when they're watching a video, they should be actively watching, meaning they're taking notes, they're pausing, going back and replaying if they didn't catch something, but they should be just focusing on this video for no more than 20 minutes if they're pausing. The video can't be any longer than 15 minutes anyway if they were to play it straight through. Then they bring that to class. If for any reason a student has trouble accessing the video because of not having internet access or not having a device on which they can watch the video, I can always make accommodations very easily. You as the parent and the student also just need to contact me so we can get those arrangements made and move forward progressively. I try and eliminate any possible hindrances to being able to do this, and so I make accommodations for any and all kinds of situations. You just got to contact me so I know what to do, so that the student has the same opportunity as anyone else in the class. So class time is going to look a lot different now too. Class time is now where we come into class and we summarize the lesson, because believe it or not, just watching a 15-minute video doesn't teach them the entire lesson. It's not supposed to. So if they're struggling through this and feeling like they should understand everything after watching the video, reassure them that is not the case. They need to come into class and ask questions and build their learning from that process of asking questions. So we will start class always by doing a summary of each lesson, and then we will move on into the task or activity for that lesson, what used to be homework, and we're now doing in class. Now, the main thing that the flipped classroom requires of you as a parent isn't really as much a requirement as something that it gets you to be able to do. Now you are enabled to be more involved, and you have access to the same information that I'm teaching in the class, and you can help them and go back if you need to. The requirements for students is they're still expected to go home and do homework or study just like they normally would be. But students are not expected to have full mastery of the content before they show up in class. That is an unreasonable expectation. I do not expect that. In the classroom is where we take that introduction of the video and we talk about it and we learn from each other's questions. So there's going to be times when your student feels like they've watched the video, they watch it every night, but they still aren't understanding. That's when they come in and ask questions during class, but I'm also available before and after school. I get there as early as 7:30, and I can stay as late as 3:30, and I can make arrangements to work with your student as long as they communicate with me. That's the key for all of this. Communicate with me, contact me, and we will be able to go on from there. So you've got the list of my expectations there in that form, and I look forward to seeing the rest of you at open house. If you're not able to make it to open house, just send me an email. Let me know that you've seen the video. If you have any questions, I can hopefully answer those through email. So we look forward to seeing you at open house at Olathe East, and look forward to the rest of this year with your student.